Alright gang, just thought I'd give you a heads up on what I'm trying to get done. This project is a 68 Mustang that I started building for my wife over a year ago. During that time I took on the other 65 Mustang project that I did, and obviously a bunch of other stuff. And I was really hoping to have this car done a lot sooner, and I already have another 65 Mustang project to do, and I feel like I need to do something with this first. I need to get some stuff done. The engine's already rebuilt, the transmission's rebuilt, and I'll uncover it and show you where it's at and what I'm thinking I need to get done. Well, that looks better, at least to me anyway. I don't know if you can tell, but this was a vinyl top car, and this is the car that I did the floor pans in, the torque boxes, floor supports, and I made videos on that previously. You can still see there's the new torque box, new pans. So the plan is to convert this car to disc brakes, power steering, and it's also this is an AC car, but I'm not going to use the original AC components. I'm going to swap all that out for a vintage air kit. And as you can see, I need to get the front aprons on, core support, and get the suspension back under it. The other thing I'm going to do is clean up the inner wheel well areas, let's say, and try to make it look good. So I have all the parts to do it. I just need to get it done. Well, I started cleaning out those channels inside of the suspension towers, and I found a bit of a surprise. There's a crack right here that runs all the way back to that hole, so I'll have to repair that. And you can see there is surface rust, or this is a little more extensive than surface rust, but you know, whenever they built these cars, the engineers built them or designed them so they had some drain holes front and back, but in their effort to, I don't know, try to do rust prevention, they actually did more harm than good. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a hole right there. And you know, this is a big wad of tar that they sprayed in there, and effectively this blocked off the very drain holes that were supposed to prevent this from happening. So I mean, it was good intentions, but didn't work out. What I'm gonna have to do is build or cut this out and build a patch. The rest of the frame rail is solid. There's no problems with it, so I'm not gonna cut into the whole thing. I've got some material left over from the 65 that I did, so I'll either use that, or I've got some heavier stuff, some 1/8 inch plate that I may build them out of. I'm not sure yet. Depends how much I have to cut out. But the hole is here and it comes forward a little bit, and it's a little thin. So there's also, you can see a bit of metal sticking up here. Probably easier to see on the other side. And without my camera making the shadow, right here. That is part of this as well, because this came down and created a flange. Initially you'd think maybe there's a big piece of metal missing, but that's part of this flange that was created when they built the thing. And it's front and back. It has them in both, you know, both places. So yep, I got some work cut out for me, but that's all part of it when you build these cars. Well, I've got the crack welded, and I'm not done with it yet. I've just blended it down some, and I've determined that this piece on the passenger side, it does have some pinholes in it, a little thin, but I'm not going to cut that out because that would be a struggle to replace it, and it's not really necessary to remove all that material. So what I'm going to do is I made a template of a piece of cardboard, and I'm going to cut out a piece out of this old frame rail section I have left over, and then I will drill some holes in this as well. So I will have a perimeter weld, and then I will have various, you know, spot welds going through this. I will also treat this metal. I don't want to leave it as it is. I did sandblast it, and I know the shadows aren't helping, but that's the plan, and I think that'll take care of the passenger side. Okay, so I treated all this metal with a rust converter, and then I applied weld through primer, and I've got my doubler made. Did I mention I love my plasma cutter? I made this in just like 10 minutes, and that plasma cutter just makes things so much faster. But the way this is going to work, this is going to fit in there, and I'm going to weld that seam and weld the perimeter, and also weld in all of these holes that I've created. And I think I've shown you this before, but that's why I attach a piece of metal when I'm working on something like this, because if I dropped it down in there, it would be a little more effort to get it out. So this just makes it quick. But I think that's going to take care of it. And of course I'll treat all this after I'm done, and I'll basically do the same thing to the driver's side, and I think that'll take care of any real structural issues with this area of the car. I think that'll take care of the passenger side. Weld it in nice and solid. I'll still blend down the spot welds and put some primer on it and some paint, but I'm pretty happy with that. Now to take care of the driver's side, and then I can move on to hanging some sheet metal and doing some other things. One final look. This is after self-etch primer and then a good heavy layer of Rust-Oleum. And I'll show you the driver's side as well. I did the same thing on this side. I didn't cut out that damaged area. I treated it, and then I did the same thing with the plug welds and perimeter weld all the way around the patch. So I'm pretty happy with that, and that'll probably be the last part of this video. And the next thing I'm going to do is change out all the suspension parts, and I'll just give you a quick heads up on that one. I've had all of this stuff sitting around for about a year now. So I've got control arms and sway bar end link, bushings, strut rod bushings, and in those boxes are my brake kit, and I also have a power steering kit to put in it. So I'm going to end the video with that and move on to the next one.